Most of the internet is predictable, but sometimes it reveals something much stranger. Scattered across forums, image boards, and anonymous accounts lie unsolved mysteries that defy explanation. From cryptic puzzles to disturbing videos, strange disappearances, and possible assassination networks. These aren't horror stories. These are real events. So now, let's explore top 5 creepiest internet mysteries that still remain unsolved. It started quietly. Back in 2011, on Reddit, a user with a random string for a name began posting cryptic code blocks on a small subreddit. Most people ignored it, but a few began digging. The posts looked like long strings of hexadecimal characters, cold, mechanical, endless. Some users managed to decode fragments, uncovering obscure historical dates, coordinates to remote locations, and even references to physics and philosophy. It was as if the messages were being broadcast from another reality. Soon, a growing online community formed, obsessed with solving the mystery. But just as interest reached its peak, the posts stopped. No explanation, no goodbye, just silence. Then, out of nowhere, the subreddit was set to private with this eerie message. This subreddit has become a drain on the mental health of its creator. People speculated, was it an ARG, an experiment, military code? No one has ever claimed responsibility. To this day, this subreddit remains a dead puzzle, locked forever in Reddit's archives. It's one of the oldest internet mysteries, and it begins in 1996 on Usenet, the early internet's version of public forums. Suddenly, strange messages began to appear in a newsgroup called Alt-Religion Christian. The posts were filled with nonsensical, surreal strings of words like Markovian, Parallax, Denigrate. There were hundreds of these posts, each from different accounts, but all sharing the same bizarre, almost poetic structure. At first glance, they looked like random word salad, something generated by a broken bot. But the repetition, the rhythm, and the choice of vocabulary suggested something more deliberate, something crafted. And the name that stood out the most? Markovian Parallax Denigrate, the subject line of nearly every post. It sounded technical, maybe a code, maybe a signal. For years, no one could figure out who was behind the posts or what they meant. In 2012, a Wired journalist tried to investigate and traced one message to a woman named Susan Lindauer. She turned out to be a former U.S. government employee who was later accused of acting as an unregistered agent for Iraq. But when contacted, Lindauer denied any connection, and the post tied to her appeared to be a fluke, possibly a reused or spoofed account. So what was it? A rogue AI built in the early days of the web? A Cold War-era communication channel hiding in plain sight? Or just the internet's first great troll? No one has ever solved it, and the phrase Markovian Parallax Denigrate still echoes like a forgotten transmission from the early digital frontier. It was mailed anonymously, a physical DVD sent to a Polish tech blogger in 2015. No return address, no explanation, just one word written on the disk: play. When he loaded it, what played was disturbing. A figure in a Black Plague doctor costume stood in a decrepit, abandoned building, silent, unmoving. But as the video continued, strange flashes of symbols, lights, and sound pulses began to appear. The masked figure slowly lifted a hand, pointing at the camera. Then, strange lights flickered, static, Morse code, and embedded in the flickering images were coordinates, messages in binary, and visuals that appeared corrupted, with flashes many found deeply disturbing. The blogger posted it online. The internet, as always, started investigating. Within hours, the video had been dissected by 4chan, Reddit, and YouTube analysts. They uncovered dozens of hidden codes. The decrypted line sent chills. A statement suggesting it was already too late. Coordinates pointing to locations across Eastern Europe. A spectrogram that, when analyzed, revealed an unsettling image that appeared to show a woman in distress. But no one could trace the source. The disk had no metadata. The figure in the video never speaks. Then, another twist. A second disk appeared, sent to a different person, slightly different content, but the same masked figure. People began speculating. Was this an alternate reality game, a serial killer's calling card, a commentary on modern surveillance? Eventually, a man on YouTube claimed to be the creator, saying it was an art project. But many remained unconvinced. The amount of detail, the distribution, the creepy alignment with real-world locations and messages, it felt too calculated. To this day, no one knows who truly created the Plague Doctor video or why. But one thing is clear. It wasn't just a video. It was a message, one the world still doesn't fully understand. It all started with a simple Reddit post. In 2009, a user named Religion of Peace, well known for posting links to graphic war images, suddenly passed away. Another Redditor, claiming to be a friend, posted a tribute titled, "The Old Guy Died Today." At first, it seemed like a straightforward eulogy, but curious users noticed the deceased's Reddit profile linked to a strange domain, lakecityquietpills.com. The site had a bare-bones interface and a crude description, dispensing quiet pills to overly noisy people. And hidden in the site's HTML were strange, rotating job postings. Need 8 to 10 able-bodied, discreet individuals. No flags, no ID, payment on delivery. The job offers mentioned locations, weights, equipment, and dates. Details that resembled military or paramilitary contracts. Some believe it was a front for a private assassination network. Others say it was an elaborate alternate reality game, but no one ever claimed authorship. And after gaining attention, the site quietly disappeared. To this day, the true purpose of Lake City Quiet Pills remains unknown. On January 4th, 2012, an anonymous image appeared on 4chan's board. It simply read, "Hello. We are looking for highly intelligent individuals. Find the hidden message." That message launched one of the most complex internet puzzles in history. It began with image steganography, hidden messages buried in plain sight. From there, it moved to encrypted bootloaders, obscure references to medieval manuscripts, and coded phrases from forgotten books. Eventually, it spilled into the real world. Posters began appearing in cities across the globe: Warsaw, Seoul, Paris, San Francisco, each with strange symbols and QR codes that led deeper into the mystery. Each step required elite knowledge in cryptography, steganography, history, and computer science. And when the internet finally seemed close to solving it, Cicada vanished. But then Exactly 1 year later, another message appeared, then again a third time in 2014. Each time the puzzles became harder. Each time those who made it far enough were never heard from again. No announcements, no winners, no closure. Some believe it was a recruitment tool for a spy agency. Others think it was a cult, a hacker group, or just the world's smartest troll. But since 2014, Cicada 3301 has gone completely silent, and no one, to this day, knows who was behind it or what they wanted. Thanks for watching. If you like stories like this, you know what to do. Stay curious, and see you next time here in the archive.